let's talk about why scripting your specific person doesn't actually work, you guys. At least not 100% of the time, okay? So, and what I'm trying to say is, it's not because you didn't believe hard enough or write the story the right way, but it's because you can't script someone into being emotionally ready for you. You can only script yourself into seeing the truth about them, okay? Or you could just heal your attachment style and find, someone that's going to be better suited for you. I'm just saying, okay? But anyway, welcome back to my channel. This is the Divine's Finest. We are back with another episode, guys, episode 55. All right, so we're going to talk about if you've been trying to script them back, I'm going to explain to you why it doesn't actually always work 100% of the time. Okay, so if you've ever written page after page trying to manifest their apology, text message, or a magical reunion that never came, this episode is definitely going to be for you. So, for example, oh man, I can't tell you enough. I remember I've literally scripted out, from text messages from specific people to writing out scenes, especially living in the end scenes, and don't get me wrong, I've had moments where it did work. Yeah, I've had it work before, you guys. But here's the thing. Yes, it can work, but then I had to deal with the person, and they still reverted back to who they always had been, which was avoidant. Okay. But of course I've done it with other people too, but where I scripted out specific things I wanted them to say, but it didn't happen. They didn't text me back, and I never did hear from them. Okay. So, and, it feels powerful in that moment, right? And then, I would close my journal or, whatever the case was at that time and still feel that same ache in my chest is what I would be feeling, even after I would script all that out. And that's the trap of scripting, is that it gives you temporary control over the story, but not over the person. You're soothing your nervous system with fantasy instead of meeting your body with truth. And scripting doesn't fail because the method is broken. It actually fails because the intention behind it is rooted in fear. And most people aren't scripting from wholeness. They're usually scripting from panic. From the state of, if I can write enough times, maybe that person will finally change or a situation might change. But love isn't something you can write into someone else's body. It's something you have to rewire into your own. And that's the real power isn't writing them back in. It's writing yourself free from needing them to come back at all. The moment I actually finally stopped scripting on top of other manifestation techniques I was doing, about what I wanted them to say and started journaling what I actually felt, such as grief, fear, or even unworthiness, then that's when things started to change. And of course, I'm always going to say this anyway, on top of healing my attachment style, right? Because I had an anxious attachment style. That's when everything started to shift, and it went hand in hand. Because that's when your scripting stops being fantasy work and starts being nervous system work. This is the work that actually rewires your attachment patterns. It's not about controlling them. It's actually about choosing emotional safety over emotional chasing. So when you script for yourself and not them, that's when the reality around you begins to actually shift. And I know this because I'm going on based on personal experience, and that's why I'm doing these videos or these audios, podcasts, whatever you want to call it. Okay, because I'm explaining to you guys my personal experience on top of what I've seen on YouTube videos and TikTok, etc. So that's my disclaimer, by the way. But here's your reminder, is that you don't have to write a single word for someone who keeps erasing you. You can script peace. You can script boundaries, which was something I personally started doing. You can script your own closure. And that's the other thing, you guys. Once you start healing, you'll actually get your own closure. You won't even worry about needing this person's validation for closure, okay? Because it was never theirs to give you anyway. It really wasn't. So, if you're ready to stop scripting your pain away and start scripting your power back, that's why I created my 28-day Decentering Men journal, and it's going to help you do exactly that by healing that part of you that keeps trying to make them change. You'll learn how to rewire your nervous system, ground your triggers. I have an amazing somatic exercise that's going to help you as well too. And I actually finally come back home to the version of you who never needs to chase again. I have all that information. The link is in the description below. So it's actually time to finally start realizing your worth and that you don't actually have to literally script out someone or a situation to change, because the change actually starts within you. So with that being said, that's what I have for you guys, and I'll speak to you guys in the next podcast episode.